Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Velas here at the Gallen Centre in Los Angeles with Michael Ballingall. Michael, I will say not really a tough night for Mikey in terms of what he had to do in the ring, but the styles didn't really gel, and Mikey wanted a fight, he got a fight, and he got a win. But yeah, just probably not the fight and not the ideal fight for Mikey tonight, was it?
Well, without repeating myself and stuff, obviously Mikey had about 6 different opponents in the last 4 days, and we got let down. We had the last person we had was a Mexican puncher, which was perfect for us, and then he didn't make weight. So then we were left with the opponent we had now, and I knew we all knew as soon as it was made that like he's a slick southpaw, so's Mikey. So it's going to be one of those type of fights. So in the middle of the fight, sort of beginning to the middle of the fight, we had to change what we were doing, and Mikey had to come forward, and it's not really his game coming forward. So I think, considering the tasks that we had and the problems that we've had, he's done well to adjust and do what he did today. Yeah.
Is it kind of a tough environment in America as well? Because I've done quite a few fight nights in America now, and if there's not both fighters going at it toe to toe, the crowd let themselves. Yeah, they don't like it. They let the fighters know about it. So kind of a new experience for Mikey in that sense as well. But yeah, when you haven't got someone chasing you and you're both that sort of slick back foot fighter, the fans do let you know that they want to see you get involved, don't they?
Yeah, of course they want to see knockouts and that. It's like it's America. They want to see spectacular knockouts, and just like the fight that happened at the end. But I also believe that when you get a lad that's a terrific knockout merchant, you get a real good boxer that tames him, the crowds go to that as well. I remember as a kid watching Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard, and controversially some people, but in my eyes it wasn't controversial. He tamed a lion, and if you listen to the crowd towards the end of the fight, they all started singing Sugar Ray, Sugar Ray. And so the Americans can adapt, and they do appreciate when they see a lion being tamed as well. They never got to see what Mikey's really like today, but the real boxing experts can still give him a bit of the benefit of the doubt, and wait till you see him in with a puncher and someone that's really putting the pressure on. And then when Mikey's on the back foot, he can tame anyone, and I believe he'd be able to tame anyone in the world given the opportunity.
I'm going to speak to Mikey in about 5 minutes anyway, but just sort of a word on what it was like when he got back to the changing room, because I know Mikey's put a tweet out saying, look, he was negative and it made it difficult for me. Was there any disappointment in Mikey when he got back to the changing room at all?
No, he felt that he was winning the fight. He lost a couple of rounds, yeah. Listen, let's look at this, right? He's not a mug. He was being very negative, Alex Martin, but he's not a mug. He knows
he was touted as Jojo Diaz's comeback opponent after his loss to Devin Haney, and that's a man who's a 2-time world champion. So
funny, like he beat Errol Spence in the amateurs, and I was told that he had 300 odd amateur fights, but like Mikey had 40 odd amateur fights and really didn't do much, as what he said in the interview yesterday at Golden Boy. But look, sometimes you get someone that's just born with blessed with an IQ to box, and some people have to work really hard at it and get 300 odd fights. So if you look at the statistics and that, Mikey beat him. Unfortunately, Mikey had to try and press the fight, and when he did land his shots off, he was very clever, Martin, and just held on. And he knows his way around the ring and stuff. So at the end of the day, Michael wasn't allowed to do what he wanted to do, but he had to adapt and do what he had to do to win. So it might not have been pretty, but at the end of the day, he won the fight.
And if you were walking away having not won the fight, you would have done anything for it to be a not very pretty win. Yeah. Just in terms of, we'll talk about the main event in a second, but what do you think from a boxing perspective? Because like I said, the crowd sometimes let you know in America, but I know from a boxing perspective, there will be people looking at that knowing how tricky Mikey is to navigate. Do you think guys like Virgil Ortiz, who would have probably watched tonight, what do you think they would have made of Mikey? Do you think he would have gone, actually, yeah, you can see why people were saying this would have been a tricky fight?
Listen, I'm only going on what I think, but I think he's very knowledgeable, Virgil Ortiz, and from what I've seen him in the interviews before building up to the fight that never happened, he doesn't disregard Mikey at all. He does respect that he's tricky, and he did say that he was in for like a tricky fight, to the words of that. So going on that, obviously he'd be watching, but to be truthful, I don't know what everyone's going on about. If I had a fighter that was that heavy 4 days before the fight and ended up having to go to hospital, I wouldn't want him fighting at 147 again. And I don't know why everyone's going on about it. I mean, if he did fight at 147, I don't know what, health-wise, why you'd want your fighter to do that. Do you know what I mean? And I can't see him at 147. I think he's going to go up to the next weight category, and if he doesn't, well, if this is really, what they say happened and it is actually true, who would want their fighter to do that?
Yeah, I think we should just, for now, kind of close that chapter as if, and theoretically say he's going to move up, and talk about Alexis Rocha, who obviously beat Blair Cobbs in the main event. I saw Mikey come out for like the third round, so you saw the bulk of the good work from Rocha. That's a really good fight, and it's kind of in the Virgil Ortiz mode of we know Rocha's going to chase him, and then we can see the best Mikey as well.
We need a Rocha. We need a Rocha. We need an Ortiz. We need
a great fight for tonight, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And we need that to make Mikey shine. Obviously, he's gained a lot of fans over this way, but that's the type of fight we need. That's the type of fight we're chasing, and he'd take that all day long. It's every fighter's dream from England to come over to the States and fight on these type of Golden Boy shows and stuff. And we nearly went home here a few days ago. It was just falling apart, and great for Golden Boy to sort of like get the opponent and that. And it wasn't the right one, but at least the show went on and they had the support fight. But yeah. That's the type of fight that we're chasing, and we nearly had that fight. We were coming to fight Virgil Ortiz, so everyone can see, like, whatever name you want to put in front of Michael McKinson, we turned up to fight Virgil Ortiz. So and Rocha's a very good fighter, good puncher, very fit, southpaw as well, but a different type of southpaw than Alex Martin. So yeah. It's just make a fight like that with a name and a platform like that. This is what we're craving. This is what Mikey's craving. So yeah.
Yeah, well, we look forward to seeing sort of how things develop from here on in. Just one final word from yourself to everyone who's tuned into interviews and followed Mikey this week in what has been a bit of a hectic week, but come away with a win and everything's good now. But yeah, just sort of a final word on what's been a whirlwind couple of days. I bet you are knackered.
Yes, I've got a 9:30 video call with my daughter, Luciana, in Liverpool. So I've got to stay awake for that before I go to bed. I'm not going to have a drink or anything like that. I'm not really a drinker anyway, but I've just got to keep awake. But these interviews will keep me awake for the next few hours. and that. But yeah, I can't wait to get home to the rest of my family, my girlfriend Michelle, my little baby Rocha. And I just want to thank all the sponsors that's helped out. I don't want to forget people and stuff, but without them, this would never have happened. They put Mikey up in the hotel for 12 days, so he had enough time to acclimatise and that for the jet lag and everything. I'm just still suffering from jet lag because I only came in a few days ago and that. So it's been a struggle to stay awake and all that lot, but yeah, I'm happy for Michael. His name's now in the States, and there's so many people that's helped this happen from the first time Mikey stepped into the ring in Belfast in the Devonish to now. I would be disrespecting if I started mentioning one name and I forgot another name. But thank you everybody, and you know who you are that's helped out. And now Mikey's on his way to bigger and better things. And I can't wait to go to sleep when this is all finished.